Schools. From primary school to high schools, universities and TAFEs, there's no escaping them. Almost a quarter of our lives will be spent in them, but where did schools all begin, and why are they still around?
School as we know it is a state-run institution for children to learn the necessary skills of literacy and mathematics. It's a relatively recent invention, having been developed only in the last 200 years. The concept of a school, however, as a place where people go to learn and study, is much, much older, dating back as far as the earliest developed written language. Egyptian hieroglyphics are as much as 5,000 years old, while the oldest known alphabet developed in Central Egypt in 2000 BC.
The ability to read and write written script was highly prized in the ancient world, and schools were originally started to teach them. These abilities weren't available to everyone, however, with the only children of wealthy, noble, or politically powerful families receiving tutelage. Often, these skills were reserved for the priesthood, since written documents were often reserved for transcribing oral histories and religious texts.
Eventually, other important skills were incorporated into specialized schools, such as medicine, mathematics, and engineering. China's Zhou dynasty in 1045 BC were among the first to promote multidisciplinary education, teaching spiritual rites, music, archery, charioteering, calligraphy, and mathematics. And schools in Athens in the 3rd century BC often taught drawing, sculpture, and painting alongside literacy.
While Greek students could receive higher education at schools set up by philosophers Aristotle and Plato, education wasn't always about learning conceptual life skills. Schools in Sparta, for instance, valued physical learning, with core subjects including sports, endurance, and fighting skills.
Schools in the Middle Ages were run by the church, where students studied basic literacy and numeracy. The first true universities were established in the 11th and 12th centuries for the study of arts, law, medicine, and theology.
A national curriculum for the broad education of children was proposed in Russia in the 1760s, with the concept of a widely educated population quickly catching on across Europe. This kind of institutionalized school was seen not only as a way of educating the population, but as a way to keep social order. With modern students now spending an average of 13 years in compulsory schooling, it's not hard to see why school would be a good form of social control, and why it sometimes feels less like a necessary education system and more like a prison.